Hello, welcome to Owl's Air Guns. I've got to come clean right now. This is part two of the review on the Crosman 1377, and I have taken a long time coming out with this because, as I must confess, I have been having too much fun with this pistol. I have forgotten exactly how enjoyable, how accurate, and how surprisingly powerful and easy to shoot the 1377 actually is. Now, I should have been more respectful going into this. The 1377 evolved from Crosman's 104 or 105 pistols. Back in about 1970, it was designated as the 1300, and in 1977, it received its current moniker as 1377. On and off over the years, it's been made in either 177 or 22 caliber. It is available in both calibers today as the 1377 for 177, which is what we have here, and then as the 1322 for the 22 caliber variant. Both of them are pump-up pneumatic pistols with fixed sights, and they are bolt-action single shots. As I said, I forgot how enjoyable this gun was to shoot and how very accurate it actually was. Now, I have been spending a lot of time on the velocity portion of this, and I actually also wanted to cover sound testing as a part of my reviews from now on. One of the things that we think about is how loud the report is, but so many air guns, particularly pump-up pneumatics or spring guns, have a lot of noise that goes on outside of the actual discharge from the shot. So one of the things we'll notice as we start to test velocity today, I'm going ahead and got my sound meter out, and we'll be setting it today to record on its fast mode. And then we're also asking it to store the highest volume that it receives. So if we are on fast, and now we are on what this device calls fast max, which, as you see, when it gets a stronger reading, it will go ahead and save that reading. And each time it finds a higher one, it'll go ahead and record it. Now, I'm going to see if we can get that a little closer. And one of the things I wanted to show, just in talking for this video, I'm up at 83 decibels. Part of that's because I was manhandling the device too. But as we sit it there and let it record, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our chrony. One of the things you'll see is watch that sound meter when I start to pump up our air gun. So going to my 3 pumps, which is our lowest level they recommend shooting at, I've already recorded a high noise of 89.5 decibels. So just pumping your pumper creates some noise. Now I've got some RWS Diabolo basics, and these are a wad cutter that weighs 7 grains. I wanted to use these to do some velocity testing so that we can get the highest velocity possible out of a common lead pellet. I think 7 grains is as light as you commonly encounter. For years, they had said this gun was capable of over 600 feet per second. I think they used to rate it at 625. So we'll see what we get. Now I'm starting out with just 3 pumps, and here we go. Okay. Did not raise our sound level. Got a velocity of 397 feet per second. So I got 1 pump in there, 2, 3, 4 for 4 shots with our 4 pumps with that same pellet. We're going to So what we got for velocity? We're still at 89.5 as far as noise, and feet per second, 437. So we got a good increase out of that extra pump. All right, 5 pumps. Okay, firing. And we are still 89.5, 482 feet per second. That was 5 pumps again. Let's go ahead and run another. I can't say these pellets chamber very easily. All right. And 89.5, and we got an error. So let's shoot that again. 5 pumps. Okay, try that again. 482. And we are 89.7. So 5 pumps did bump up our sound a bit. First time we've exceeded the sound of the pump. Okay, 6 pumps. And for the record, I am holding this muzzle approximately 24 inches behind the sound meter and slightly off to the left by about 10-15 degrees. Okay, still 89.7, 508 for our velocity. Okay, now we'll go back here, 7 pumps with the RWS Diabolo 7 grainers. Still 89.7 on the sound meter, and we are 539 feet per second. 1, 2. 8 pumps. Alrighty. Wow, 111.4 decibels, 559 feet per second. Okay, 9 pumps, 111 decibels. Let's shoot it here. 111.4 still, and 578 feet per second. Ten pumps, which is the recommended maximum. Okay. And we want 111.8 decibels and 599 feet per second. So we are darn close to that advertised 600 feet per second. Let's go ahead and send another one at 10 pumps. Getting a little low on these. Gotta fish them out of there. Okay. All right, another one at 10. Firing. We are at 111.8 dB and 597. So again, we're close enough to that 600 feet per second. I'm going to give them to them. Now, the manufacturer does not recommend more than 10 pumps. For years, people have pumped these things over. They've modified them to be up to taking more pumps. The story with adding pumps to this, you will increase wear on the pistol. These things last pretty much forever if treated properly. Adding extra pumps does increase wear. It voids the warranty, apparently, but how would they know? The other thing, and when I say wear particularly, you will notice it in the area of the hinge pin here, and also some of the other components. But this one will start walking out into an oval first. Eventually, the hazard of over pumping is if we get too much compression in the chamber, the hammer won't possess enough power to open the valve. And that is when we have a valve sitting here that is too full of air, the hammer can't generate the force it needs to push that thing open. And that's a condition we describe as valve lock. And that is how most people perceive their guns to be broken, by over pumping them rather than actually wearing them out. Now, there may be other safety concerns I'm not aware of. I leave that to the manufacturer. But we are going to add a few extra pumps to this and see what that does for us velocity-wise. So let's go ahead and, what the heck, let's just go to 11. Okay, and I am going to turn this thing back on. It fell asleep on me. And we will go fast max again. We are fast max. Swoop. And the thing to stand up. Conversationally, I've already hit 78 decibels. So just to illustrate, let me clap my hands. All right, 88. So obviously, that's not very loud. Let me go ahead. We've got 11 pumps in her. I'm going to a couple of these out. What you'll notice, too, is diminishing returns. Each additional pump we add is not going to add that much velocity. So here we go to 11 pumps, same pellet. Okay, it looks like we did not catch that dB-wise. 89.4 is dubious. However, velocity, 603. Let's go 12 pumps. One of the things I noticed in the 1377 is once we're up around 10, pumping effort doesn't seem to really increase much. Okay, 12 pumps. Wow, 615. All right, I do notice my tube's getting a little warm, so I will let it rest for a second while I fish out a couple more pellets. Again, heat is another cost of high pressure pumping, which also contributes to component wear. All right, magic 13. £13. What do you get? All right, here we go. Firing. Oh yeah, 112 dB, 112.1, and 628 feet per second. My main tube here is not hot, but it's getting warmer. Noticeably warm. So, 14. Oh, 14 pumps. Oops, sorry about that. 14 pumps with the 7 grain RWS Diabolo. Oops, get my glasses set. All right, 112.1, 632 feet per second. All right, we're gonna go on up to 15. One of the other things, well, let me pump this. All right, 15. Oh, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say here. All right, let's go ahead and see how we do. Oops. Probably want to go ahead and load a pellet before we do that. All righty, 15 pumps. 112.1 dB and 644 feet per second. One of the things that happens when we're exceeding the 10 pumps is we'll very soon start to not fully empty the valve with each trigger pull. So I've not pumped at all. I've recocked the valve, and let's see if we got any air left. Not a lot, if any. So we're doing a good job of clearing her out at 15 pumps still. Oh, what the heck, let's go higher. Let's cut it off at 18. $18 pumps. Do not try at home. I am in a laboratory environment here. I'm the only person in this room. I'm wearing a leather apron and eye protection. So again, don't try this on your own. Alrighty, or do so at your own risk. 18 pumps, Crosman 1377. Here we go. 112.7 dB and 149 feet per second. And what you'll see is those extra pumps really aren't getting as much at this point, except a lot of additional wear and tear on the gun and effort from the shooter.